What's up, motherfuckers? Boy IB Tat here, back for another video. Drinking coffee on an 85-degree day. I'm a fucking psychopath. I have no excuse for it. But visiting my girlfriend here in beautiful South Carolina for a couple days. She's at work. I'm bored as shit, so I'm gonna make a video for you. We went to REI early this morning, and I had taken a trip to REI back in Asheville before I came down here. Bought a few more items, so I figured I'd show them to you. In my last video, I showed you the big three that I got and my water filter. So basically, I had to get a few more littler items to complete my gear set, and pretty much everything else is luxury items. So I'll show you what I got, and we'll go from there. So the first main piece of, or the last main piece of gear I needed to get, obviously, was footwear. I did have hiking boots, but they are shitty. I've had them for like 2 years. They're like a cheap Columbia brand. They got holes in them. They're pretty much useless at this point. And they're bulky, so I took everybody's advice and went with trail runners. I'm actually wearing them now because I'm breaking them in for an upcoming trip me and my girl are going to do next weekend. But they are the La Sportiva Wildcats. I was introduced to these shoes by Joe Brewer. If you're not familiar with Joe Brewer, check out his YouTube channel. He's the shit. Really like his channel. I'll link it down below in the description. But he claims he can get about 700 miles or so out of one pair of shoes. So I think I paid 110 bucks for them. Don't quote me on that, but I think they're selling for 110 bucks. I'm sure you can get them cheaper on Amazon, but that's what I pay for them. I haven't hiked in them yet, so I can't give a really good review about them. Sorry, fucking car. But the tread on them's the shit. Real deep tread on them. They're really comfortable. They're pretty light. I'll be able to give a better review of these after I take this the trip I'm going on next weekend. So I'm just breaking them in, like I said. And then to go along with those, I had already had one pair of Darn Tough socks. Everybody knows about Darn Tough. There's not really much else to say about them. It's already been said before, but these things are pretty much awesome. So I got two pair of these now. I've worn the ones I have on now for 3 days, and my feet do not fucking stink, which is just mind-boggling to me, especially because I am a line cook and I work in a 9 hours on a fucking 100-degree kitchen line all day, and my cooking shoes are nasty as fuck, and my feet still don't stink, which is just, it's just amazing to me. So I can't say enough good things about these socks. The Darn Toughs, they're amazing. I probably will get one pair of like Smart Wools to sleep in, which I haven't got yet, but that's just a little fucking thing I get cheap. So that's the Darn Toughs. Hang on, sorry. And then base layer. I already have an Under Armour, one of those, like, I think they're called Cold Gear long sleeve Under Armour shirts. I'll probably use for my top for a base layer. I need to get bottoms now. All the ones that are suggested on like top 10 lists and shit, I'm not paying over $100 for a fucking pair of long johns. That's just bullshit. So went to Cabela's today, got these. These are just basic long johns. They're, I think, 100% polyester. I think I paid 25 bucks for them. These should be perfectly fine. Like I said, I'm not paying over $100 for long johns. That's just fucking stupid. So we'll give them a shot. I went camping last weekend up on a place called Black Balsam Knob. It's pretty much wide open, no trees. It got down to the low 30s. I was in shorts sleeping, and I was completely fine. So these will be more than sufficient, I think. Other than that, I got clothing wise. I got a long sleeve shirt. Goddamn redneck trucks around here. I'm gonna give hiking in a long sleeve a shot. I've always hiked in short sleeves, but I've heard good reviews on these. This is the Columbia Silver Ridge. Yeah. Apparently mufflers are overrated here. Anyway, Columbia Silver Ridge plaid long sleeve shirt. You roll up the sleeves. It's got buttons to keep them up so they're not rolling down on you. There's a couple vent holes on them behind and the back, behind the sleeves, and then under the armpits there's some vent holes. I like the looks of number one with the long sleeve plaid shirts. I like them, but these are moisture wicking. They'll dry really quick, so I'm going to give this a shot. The only thing I'm worried about doing long miles in this, especially like something like the AT, is the buttons falling off. So that's one concern, but Worst case scenario, I'll bring a small needle and thread and sew a button back on. Not a big deal. So we'll give that a shot. And then to go along with my sleep system, I hadn't had a sleeping pad yet, so I was racking my brain on reviews whether or not to go with closed foam or the air mattresses. I've told you guys I'm a fucking cheap ass. I wasn't going to spend over $100 for a sleeping pad, which might pop a hole in it. One with the Thermarest G-Lite Soul, 40 bucks I think, maybe 45. I got two of these, one for me and one for my girl. These should be completely fine. They're a little bit bulkier obviously, but I roll around in my sleep, and I think I would just roll off an air mattress, and I don't want to deal with blowing it up every night and having to repatch it if I get puncture a hole in it. I'm just not dealing with that bullshit. These are indestructible. They're cheap as hell, easy to replace. I can use it as a seat in camp, so that's that. I think this will be completely fine. We'll test it out this weekend and see how comfortable I am sleeping on it. Speaking of comfortable, this is definitely a luxury item that we got, which obviously not something for the AT, but for weekend camping trips like we're going to do. Got this little stool seat, just folds out, pretty damn light. Got this at Dick's Sporting Goods today for 10 bucks. 10 bucks, I couldn't pass that up. We got two of these. These will be great for just sitting around camp. I can strap it to the outside of my pack. Yeah, this having something nice. I mean, like I said, I got the Z-Lite to sit on, but something like this is definitely until you don't have one, you're like, holy shit, I don't have anything to sit on. Definitely a luxury item, but I think it'd be well worth it for 10 bucks. I mean, come on. And then the last thing, unfortunately, I haven't talked about food bags yet. Obviously for the AT, I'm going to get a food bag, but where we are camping next weekend in the Linville Gorge, they actually require a bear canister, so I had to drop fucking, I think, $65 for a fucking piece of plastic to carry my food in. That's the law, so that's what we got to do. But I got this again at REI. This is the Bear Vault 450, the solo version. I think it weighs just over 2 pounds, something like that. For me, it's perfectly fine. I'm kind of worried about fitting food in here for 4 days for me and my girl, but we'll make it work. I got a few things in here we'll go over. Our full food list of what we're going to be eating. We haven't settled on the whole list yet, but we'll narrow it down as we get closer. I'll show you a few items that we got. Now, speaking of this Bear Vault, this solo version fits in my pack perfectly fine. The larger one, the 500, you have to strap to the outside, but this one actually fits in my pack pretty damn easily. So convenience, I don't want to have some. I've already got the sleeping pad outside of my pack, so I didn't really want to have to strap something else to the outside. So solo version will work perfectly fine. Just got to make sure we can fit everything in it. Let's open this bitch up. The reviews on this thing, people bitch about it being cold, trying to open it when it's cold. I think they're just being pussies, to be honest with you. And if you search YouTube, you can see the credit card trick, or just use a pocket knife to get in there and get it open. Not a big deal. So I wouldn't believe those reviews saying, oh, it's too fucking hard to open. Whatever, it's not that fucking hard. Little elbow grease, that's all you need. Like I said, this isn't the full menu, but this is just a few things we picked up today at the grocery store and at REI. So baked potatoes, or mashed potatoes, cheap as hell. I think these were like 68 cents a piece. Idaho Spuds, Supreme baked potato, and the 3 cheeser. Something we'll have probably for a night. We'll add maybe ramen to it. We haven't got yet, but we'll add something to these. One of these packages is 400 calories. So pretty good calories for 68 cents. Got 4 of these. And then I like tuna. She doesn't like tuna, so I got these for me. Tuna Creations, our backpacker staple. This will be for lunches. I'll probably pair these with like tortilla shells, or get some wheat thins or something like that. I just got a mixed bag. I got hickory smoked. I got 2 of those, sweet and spicy, and this is actually one of the Salmon Creations, mango chipotle. I haven't had this one yet, so we'll give this a shot. Like I said, probably get some tortilla chips or tortilla shells and our wheat thins. Pair that for lunches. Don't know what she's going to do for lunch yet. We'll figure that out when we get closer. And then to enhance our water a little bit, you get tired of drinking water all fucking day, so picked up a couple of these electrolyte water enhancers. Berry Blast and Black Cherry. I like these better than the powders. They weigh a little bit more, but you don't have to like stir them around or shake them or anything. Just drop them in, and these things last forever. Just a few drops will do you in a liter of water. So, really dig these. Let's see. She can't have a lot of sugar. She's not diabetic or anything, but she's just not a fan of eating a lot of sugar. So for myself, I got a couple Lindt bars because I love dark chocolate. But for her, for a little sweet treat at the end of the night, she got these Krispy Kreme coffee thins, edible coffee treats. They look pretty fucking good, but these are kind of her after dinner snack with coffee or hot chocolate or something like that. Like I said, for myself, I got Lindt bars, which I don't have here with me now. They're inside, but and then we got a shit ton of coffee. Taster's Choice. These aren't the greatest. I mean, any instant coffee you buy is bullshit, to be honest with you. But to pair with our coffee, we also got hot chocolate mixes. These things are the shit. I can't say enough good things about these. The Land of the Lakes Cocoa Classics. These are like 68 cents a bag. They're fine by themselves, or like I said, we'll probably put these in our coffee where you use them as creamer. We got a mixed bag of these, white chocolate, amaretto, mint chocolate, bunch of those. And then at REI, we also splurged and got a couple Mountain Houses. These things are not worth the fucking money, in my opinion, but for one night, why not? Chili mac with beef, that's the one I'm eating, and she got the lasagna with meat sauce. So obviously, we're going to take a lot of this stuff up and put them in Ziploc bags, just because, I mean, it's basically half of that's air. It's, you know, to fit everything in this Bear Vault, we're going to have to put into Ziplocs. So I'm going to probably do that today. Go get some Ziplocs and try to fit 4 days worth of food for me and my girl in this little fucking container. So I think we can do it. Obviously, a lot of this stuff, I mean, we bought a shit ton of hot chocolate. We don't need all this, so I'll weed out a lot of the stuff we don't need, and we got to pick up a few more things, obviously. Breakfast, probably Pop-Tarts and shit like that, maybe oatmeal, but whatever. This video is fucking dragging on. I'm going to let you go. Look forward to next weekend. I'm going to film the whole trip. Like I said, we're going 4 days, 3 nights in Linville Gorge. If you're not familiar with it, it's near Asheville where I live, about an hour outside of Asheville. I went on a day trip there last year. I did a 15-mile hike up on the rim. It's fucking beautiful. It's some refer to it as the Grand Canyon of the East. Wait for that video. The video is not going to do it justice. Just look it up and look at some of the pictures. It's amazing. What we're going to do is, they had a bridge that used to cross the Linville River. It's been washed out. You can't do the whole loop around because there's no way of crossing the river unless you ford it, which right now, I talked to the ranger on the phone last week, and it's right now chest high. We're going to bring a husky with us. We're not going to risk trying to cross the river. So what we're going to do is go down into the gorge the first 2 nights, camp down by the river. Plenty of water, obviously, down there. And then the last 2 days, we're going to drive around the other side of the gorge and go up on the rim, camp up there. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of water sources up there that I know of. So we'll have to pack water, and basically for 2 days. There is one small water source I'm aware of to where we can filter water, but, you know, that is what it is. We'll just have to conserve our water intake up there, but look forward to that. I'm going to film the whole thing. I just ordered a battery pack for my GoPro and my phone, so that should be coming tomorrow. I'll be able to film the whole thing for 4 days, so kept you long enough. This is IB Tat. We'll holler at you motherfuckers later. Peace.